Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy Motivational Monday to each and every one of you. I hope your day has been phenomenal. Today has been a very beautiful day here in the DMV. The sun was out earlier. It was nice. It's
Phone
just
book update failed.
Thank you. It's just a tad bit chilly, even though right now it's 55 degrees, but it was actually nice earlier. I still had a thin jacket on because I would not recommend coming out without one because it has its moments. And right now it's actually getting a little cooler. I guess it's because, the evening is really starting to set in. But regardless of where you live, my hope and prayer is that you all have had a wonderful day. As always, my day has been great, productive, and great. So you all just don't understand how busy my weeks get. Well, Monday through Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm busy too because I have my church stuff, on Sunday. But on Saturdays, I'm doing a lot of stuff that includes my me time, but it also includes me preparing for the following week with content that I want to put out on my social media platforms. But I love what I do, and so it doesn't bother me at all, because trust and believe, this sister girl is going to get her nap in, okay? You could always believe that. And I will say this, if you're watching my videos and you are subscribed, hopefully you all have seen the cooking video that I did on yesterday. It came out and it was phenomenal. Love it. So please make sure you check that out. Now let's jump into today's topic. Oh, and speaking of weather, I was eating a bowl of cereal this morning and I saw on the news, I don't know if it was Idaho, Wyoming, or someplace, honey, they had a ton of snow. And if I'm not mistaken, the weather person was calling for more snow. And I thought, Lord, have mercy. So all I did was say a prayer for those individuals, ask God to cover them, keep them safe. And then I was thankful that we did not get that snow here. So like I said, wherever you live, my prayer is that the weather is it's such that it's great. But even if it's not, you can still get through it. So today's topic is 3 truths that you must come to accept. Let me say it again. 3 truths that you must come to accept. And this is based on Stoic principles. Number 1, self-control is strength and calmness is mastery. So you have to get to a point where your mood doesn't shift because of someone else's actions. Don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence. So we had to unpack that just a little bit. Essentially, what we're saying is that you've got to get to a place where your mood doesn't shift based off what people say and or do, or what they don't say and or don't do. Too often, and I know my hand is raised because I'm guilty of that. Too often, I have started out my day and it's great. And I can get to work and somebody will say something or do something that really gets under my skin. I wanted to say piss me off, but I'm going to say get under my skin. And that happiness that I felt when I left my house, bam, it's gone just like that. So I am getting to a place where I don't allow what other people say and do, or like I said, don't say and don't do, to alter my mood. I want to keep the same mood all day long. Now, I get it. I understand that that's not always possible, but to the extent possible, I am not going to allow people to take me from a level 1 up to a level 10 because of their behavior. And I want to encourage you all to do the same thing. But also, as it talks about not allowing your emotions to overpower your intelligence. Because if you're not careful, and I'm just going to keep it real with you, because y'all know that's the only way I can do and be with you. If you're not if you're not careful, you will have people having you act like a plumb damn fool with the things that they say and do. So when the Stoics talk about not allowing your emotions to overpower your intelligence, because if you're not careful, your emotions can have you doing some dumb stuff. Your emotions can have you getting locked up and going to jail because you allowed somebody to piss you off to the point where you did something that you should not have done. And now, as a result of what you've done, you're being carted off in handcuffs. So, we got to work on that. It's not always easy, but you can do it. Number 2, avoid being overly kind to everyone. Not everyone deserves your kindness. So sometimes you have to kill people with silence, because not everyone deserves your attention. You guys, that is so powerful. I actually know people that they are like the sweetest people that you will ever want to meet. And when I say I can't ever recall them getting angry, I'm not saying they don't, but I've never seen it. I've never seen them get angry. I've never seen them go off on people. I've never seen them cuss folk out or any of that kind of stuff. But you do have some people that are just genuinely kind to everybody. I've watched people be kind to folks that treated them like crap. And in the back of my mind, I'm saying, Lord, it couldn't be me, because I'm not wired that way. I know I'm not wired that way, and I can be honest about that. I don't have to sit and put up this front with you all to make you think that just because I love the Lord, I know the Lord, I go to church, and I'm a deacon in my church and all that other good stuff, that I don't go off on people, because there are times when I do, and it's justified. However, after the fact, I said, now, Michelle, you know what? You could have let that go and not even let that get you all worked up. And I just have to say, all right, Lord, forgive me. I'll work on it for the next time. But again, that's just all a part of who we are. Everybody deals with stuff differently. But when we talk about being overly kind to everyone, I want you to tell yourself that not everybody deserves your kindness. Now, understand what I'm not saying. I'm not saying go out here and treat people like crap. I'm not telling you to do that. But what I'm saying is everybody does not deserve your kindness. So instead of being kind to them, kill them with your silence. Don't say anything to them. Don't acknowledge them. Just ignore them. And I promise you, your ignoring them is going to hurt them worse than what they can do to you. But then also, the Stoics talk about how not everyone deserves your attention, and they don't. They truly don't. I get so proud of y'all, I am so sorry. I'm up here doing my video, and my neighbor across the street is working in his flower garden, because today was a nice day for it. And I just happened to look around, and his sweatpants are hanging down so much that I can see this much of his tail crack. And I just don't get why people don't feel the cool air hitting their skin to pull their pants up. Lord help me. I'm going to try not to look in that direction. But as I was saying, not everybody deserves your attention. So stop giving your attention to people that don't deserve it. Because here's the thing. Those people will get you all worked up, honey. They're going to skip off and talk about you and have a good laugh at your expense. But you're the one that's all up in the air and you're frazzled and all that other good stuff. Everybody doesn't deserve your attention, and they do not deserve your kindness. So keep that in mind. And number 3, last but not least, and this is, as I was watching this video, and the announcer said in the very beginning, the third thing, a lot of people have a hard time. They have a hard time really grasping. And as we got to it, I realized why the announcer said that. And this is what he said. He said, in 3 generations, listen carefully, in 3 generations, everyone who knows you will be dead. And when I first heard that, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, my heart just kind of sank a little bit, because just the thought of that really made me sad. But in 3 generations, everyone who knows you will be dead. And this is including the people whose opinions stop you from doing what you wanted to do all along. So why wouldn't you focus on your own dreams and goals? So understand what I'm saying. I don't want you to focus so much on death, because the reality is we all come in this world going away. Okay, meaning that if God saw fit to bring you in this world, at some point in time, you're going to leave this world, because that's just the way life is. But so don't focus on that so much. What I want you to focus on is just knowing that. Why do you allow other people's opinions of you and the choices that you make for yourself, the things that you want to do to make you happy? Why do you allow them to stop you from doing what you wanted to do? Some of you, well, I'm going to say this, many of you, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Many of you aren't doing what you truly want to do because of somebody else's opinion of what you should be doing. And you know, this is right on time, because I was looking at a Christmas movie last night and I can't think of the name of it. But in any event, the father was a baseball player, and he was having some problems with his shoulder, and he had a live-in cook come in to cook for him and his family. I believe his wife had passed away, so he had 3 kids. And what he thought was his Uncle Buck living with him, turns out his mom never told him that the man he had been calling Uncle Buck was actually his father. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But anyway, so he was forcing his kids to live the life that he envisioned for them. So he had the oldest son who wanted to study music, and the father wanted him to play baseball. So the young man wanted to go to a college. I forget the name of the college. Probably was a made-up college for the movie. But anyway, he wanted to go to this particular college, and the father says, they don't have a baseball program there. And finally, the young man said, no, Dad, they don't. But I want to study music. That's where my heart is. That's what I want to do. And then the oldest daughter, she wanted to study fashion and be like the last woman that he was dating, who was some trash. I hate to say it, but she was. Bougie is I don't know what. And so she wanted to study fashion. And so her father ends up getting her a vlogging camera for Christmas, which was really nice. But the youngest daughter, she wanted to be a chemist. And she wanted to she said, I want to find a cure for the disease that killed my mom. So I'm assuming, because I don't think they mentioned in the movie, that her mom passed away from cancer. So she wanted to, to study, come up with cures for diseases and what have you. But again, the father wanted all of his kids to get into sports, and that's not what they wanted. And so this right here was right on time, as the Stoics believe that when you allow other people's opinions to stop you from doing things that you wanted to do, that makes no sense. Because one of these days, and especially if you follow through and do what it is they want you to do. Now, you've lived your whole life doing what they wanted you to do, and one of these days, God is going to call them home. And you're going to be left thinking, dang, I spent my whole adult life doing ABC, and what I really wanted to do was XYZ. So why wouldn't you focus on your own dreams and goals? I'm saying that as I wrap this up, you guys, I want you to focus on your dreams and your goals. Yes, you love your parents. Yes, you love your family members. You love your aunties and your uncles and your cousins and your mentors and whoever else. You love them. That is wonderful. But you have to focus on your goals and your dreams. Nobody should be telling you what you should want out of life. Nobody. One thing that I love about my parents is that they have never, ever, ever told my brother and my sister that we should do something that we didn't want to do. Their thing is, whatever you do in life, be good at it. Make sure it's legal. Be good at it and make sure it makes you happy. And my parents have always been happy knowing that we're happy doing the things that we want to do. So all I'm saying to you before I bid you good day is, if you have children, young children, and they can be young adults too, but if you have children, if you have nieces and nephews and cousins and uncles and aunts and all that other good stuff, whoever these people may be, close friends, not so close friends, maybe even enemies, doesn't matter. But whoever these people are to you, do not spend your time trying to tell them what they should do with their lives, trying to live through them. Allow them to focus on what God has called them to do. Allow them to focus on what makes them happy. Because again, one of these days you're going to be gone, and they're going to sit back and regret that they allowed you or anybody else to tell them what they should and shouldn't do. Okay, so everything I shared with you all will be in the description box. That's it. That's all. I want to say thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time to speak life into you. And make sure that you take these 3 truths that I shared with you and come to accept them. Okay? And as you do that, I want to bid you all a great rest of this happy motivational Monday. Now, if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Please make sure you come back on Wednesday to get another video where I speak. I was going to say something else, but where you will have another video where I speak life into you. And make sure you check out the playlists that are on my channel here. And don't forget to check out the video I did on yesterday. I did green eggs and ham, and it came out beautifully. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there again, enjoy the rest of this beautiful Monday. No matter where you go or what you do, I want you to have fun, but I want you to do so in a safe way. Be safe. Have all the fun you want, but please be safe. Be cautious about where you go, the people that you hang out with, the people that you meet. This world, I'm trying to tell you all, if we don't pray more, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time, but if we don't pray more, it is just going to continue to fall apart. There's so much going on. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So, again, having said that, you guys, you know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you all to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do to change it. Because I love you all, and I want nothing but the best for you. So again, go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. Just be safe and have fun. Love you all. We'll talk again on Wednesday.